The cultural rot in Hollywood is something that we've frequently covered here on Valiant Renegade for the Renegade Nation. And for many years, people have made statements like, politics is downstream of culture. And more recently, I've pushed back saying that, well, I think culture is actually downstream of politics with the way politics are being manipulated to shape culture. And yes, companies like Disney and others out there in Hollywood that go hard left are along for the ride to help shape the culture in a manner in which they see fit. A manner that a lot of middle America just simply doesn't agree with. Just look at some of the box office for Disney over the last several years and the products they've cranked out. But what this all boils down to is what we're seeing in the current climate with Donald J. Trump set to retake office on Monday, January 20th. He's got a number of cabinet members that are going through Senate confirmation hearings right now. One of them is Pam Bondi. Now, I know a lot of folks out there have some qualms about Pam Bondi, and understandably so, some of the positions that she's had in the past, but let's see what happens with this. But the point of bringing that up is that, you see, Pam Bondi is one of those women that don't toe the leftist line. And some people out there don't think that Trump has any intelligent women surrounding him whatsoever. It's a bit insulting to people like Pam Bondi. Or how about Linda McMahon, one of Trump's senior advisors? You know Linda. Her husband Vince has created a billion-dollar enterprise called the WWE that Linda was a very big part of managing and creating over the last several decades. So there's a lot of smart women working for Trump and working behind Trump and with Donald Trump. But some people just don't see it that way, and, well, we're going to talk about that today. Super chats real quick because I know Tugs has got to run here, and we got a couple. We just had one come in. I'll jump right to this one from Doc Hollywood for $100. Good afternoon, Valiant and the Renegade Nation. It's nice to see the ladies on. I'd like to know what the ladies think about the liberals saying that Donald Trump doesn't have any, quote, intelligent women in his cabinet. And I think we had one undergoing Senate committee hearing in the last day or two, right? Pam Bondi was out there.
Pamela Joe. Okay, Pamela Joe. Put some respect on it.
Oh, it's Pamela Joe. No,
it is. Her name tag says Pamela Joe. If her mother named her Pamela Joe, then you sure going to be calling her Pamela Joe.
And if that's not a Southern name, ma'am. I don't know what is. Pamela Joe. Pamela Joe.
Yeah, she's on the seat for AG, right? Attorney General. So, there's a number of them. So Tugs, we'll start with you because I know you're a little short on time, but what do you think about the comments on Donald Trump doesn't know or have any intelligent women for his cabinet?
I think it's really dumb. I mean, I didn't graduate college or anything, so I can't talk about my book smarts, but here's the thing. The liberal side may have a little bit more book smarts sometimes comparatively because a lot of them go to college and they read and blah, 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 or whatever. But us on the right have our street smarts, and at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, that wins over book smart. And that's it. Come at me.
I would agree with you, Tugs. The only thing I would push back on there is the fact that I would disagree with the fact that just because you didn't go to college and just because somebody else out there did means that they may have more books. I'm going to tell you what, there's a lot of people that get out of college that have a lot of degrees on paper and they are dumber than a bag of hammers. Yeah. I mean, they went to college. It's like, great. What did you do? Well, I spent 7 years getting my PhD in what? Gender studies. You're retarded.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. I mean, you spent 7 years learning a bunch of stuff that isn't so. Congratulations. So I don't equate college to education anymore. You just can't.
Yeah, no, that's out the window years ago.
No.
Years ago.
So yeah, I don't even know what they mean when they say that. They think that because we I think where they're coming from is they think that because we prefer as a general whole, we prefer at home, raising the kids, cooking up a storm, taking care of the home. But as a general, that traditional, so they're thinking that means that we're barefoot, pregnant, and also dumb.
Don't forget bacon biscuits. Don't you know the saying?
Biscuits. I got gnocchi pasta cooling on the stove over there right now. I'm just saying. The women on the right are so intelligent. So intelligent. I'm
so intelligent, and both on like between being book smart and then practical street smarts, like you were saying. And I think the first question to be addressed when it comes to that question there of as far as, what do you think about the liberals saying that he, hires these unintelligent women? Who said that? Who was the person that suggested that Donald Trump only hires
who
idiots?
Did say that? I don't even know
because depending on that source, I mean, that is a pretty number one's a broad statement, and it's a very vague statement. It's just like they're like, it's such a childish and juvenile statement, which we've been seeing this in Congress lately, where like these people have no idea how to converse. They have no idea they have no idea. They choose not to converse properly. They choose to use colloquialisms and make fun of and belittle their peers in order to get gotcha moments for TikTok and whatnot. You can't tell me that they're not. And it makes them look better and meaner and stuff like that. But as far as he only hires idiotic women, this is, again, one of those things, just like with the previous article, where you choose your words because they are easy to understand and be misunderstood by uneducated populace. It's the same thing that happened during the elections, where they just changed the wording from, let's just say, from abortion to healthcare. So now they told all these uninformed women and men, but uninformed women, on a topic that is very near and dear to their hearts about, their bodies, where it's like, well, Trump is going to take away your health care. They just reworded the situation. It was not what it was, but people don't do their research and whatnot. And so it's like, oh, we just reword it. So when you're like, he only hires idiotic people. Okay, well, yeah. Now, for those that are just going to read the highlighted things, it's like, yeah, did you read about that? That guy was saying that, he only hires idiots because of whatever, this, that, and the third. But when you actually watch, like Pamela Joe did an amazing job answering, well, I don't even want to say they were questions, like this barrage of gotcha questions, basically. And
from Gillibrand.
Yeah. And I would like to, just for a second, it's one of my shticks, just hype this woman up, because maybe I didn't watch everything. Maybe she lost her stuff later on at the end. I don't know. But I would like to just say and give recognition to Pamela Joe, where this idea that women are overly emotional, they can't control themselves, they don't know how to handle themselves in these kinds of situations, is a farce. Now, I will acknowledge that women are more in tune with their emotions, but it has to do with maturity. This woman handled herself like a professional. She didn't handle herself like a woman. As a woman, she handled herself professionally when unhinged men emotionally rebuked her because they're frustrated with her and tried to lure her into the net of stereotypes that, unfortunately, women do tend to succumb to. I will acknowledge that. But you look at our government right now, and the men are just as emotionally outraged and overreacting as women. So I just like to applaud Pamela Joe for showcasing that not all women are crazy.
I love that everybody's like, women are so emotional, blah, blah, blah. And, it's like, yes. And then they went and they proved it themselves when Trump won the election by screaming in their cars. Totally. I'm so glad we didn't overreact.
And recording it.
So glad. As a stereotype, we didn't overreact. And yes, we should be taken more seriously, and we should be hired for these more important roles. And we need to have a woman president. And no, we're not going to push the red button because we're on our periods. That's mean to say. And then here you are screaming at the top of your lungs in your car. Not helping your argument, ma'am.
Yeah, because you had all of those women yelling at, what's his name? How do you pronounce it?
Pete Hagen.
Yeah. You had, all four of those hags, and I'm going to call them hags. All four of those hags yelling at him.
I'm so glad you said that, because look what I have.
Yeah.
Right here.
No.
Oh, no. I have to do it. Oh, darn.
Yes or no, yes or no.
Veterans organizations that will help our veterans get every damn thing that they deserve because they signed on the dotted line to keep us safe, just like
his face right there. I love it.
These are unprofessional women. That is absolutely what this is. This isn't about being a woman. This is about being an unprofessional, immature, egotistical woman. Is what this is.
Yep. And on that
complete opposite of Pamela Joe.
I want to say on that, they also ignore the fact, what is her name? I feel like it's Pam. Is that the one you're talking about? The one that was like led his campaign to victory in this year?
Pam
And
Bondi. Yeah.
He picked her to be chief of staff.
Pam Bondi is up for AG, for Attorney General, I think, right?
You're talking about the other older lady?
Yes.
Yes, I forget her name now.
Yeah, she's going to be
you're
the first ever female chief of staff in the White House, and that just gets ignored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And look, one of his top advisors is Linda McMahon.
Yes.
Right.
Vince McMahon of WWE. Linda McMahon, look, you want to talk about a really smart lady? Look, Vince was a brilliant storyteller and great entertainer. But Linda was the majority of the brains behind the business side of that operation that turned it into a multi-billion-dollar enterprise that's now got a huge contract on Netflix every Monday night.
Yeah.
That happens a lot. Like, I mean, there is
Yeah.
a lot of truth to that old-fashioned saying that behind every great man is a great woman. And that's the whole point. You're supposed to work together. It's not that one outdoes the other. One is better than the other. One might be better at something than the other, but you're supposed to complement. And a lot of times, again, you look through history, women are really good at working behind the scenes. But there are a lot of women that do a good job up front. But historically, statistically speaking, a lot of women are really great at being great behind the scenes. So I just throw that out there.
Yeah, and Doc
my only
brought this up
rebuttal
real
to that,
quick.
Tabitha, would be like, well, that was kind of where they were left. But
No, Joe, I get you.
But
Yeah.
I will say too, another one, Tulsi Gabbard. I mean, how do you listen to Tulsi Gabbard and think she's an idiot? She's very intelligent. She's literally currently serving in the reserves for our military. Like, she's a very intelligent woman. So
Melania Trump speaks like 5 languages, and
Yes.
she had her own business or whatever. She became a millionaire even before she was married to Donald Trump.
Well, that was, look, Tulsi Gabbard is one of those ones that really triggered that comment about no intelligent women. And I was going to mention that earlier. I didn't want to break in Tabitha, but Doc picked up on it. He's right. And this is where it came from. I don't remember if it was Joy Behar or Sonny Halston or no, but I mean, it's mainstream media, Disney trash. There are also a number of women sitting in Congress that think and have said very similar things or the exact same thing. Make sure you're subscribed to Valiant Renegade and join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show.